Hola chicos y chicas, thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to do just an everyday look, get ready with me, where I talk about my final thoughts before meeting my sister. I know that I have this series going and I thought I would mix together the makeup part of this channel and the vlog part of this channel and just put it all in one, and a get ready with me where I talk about the final things that we're doing to get ready for the trip. We are, I believe, 2-3 weeks away from actually leaving, so I have a lot of thoughts and I'm ready to talk about them. So if you want to watch this everyday look tutorial and get ready with me and talking about my trip, then keep on watching. So the topic of today is meeting my sister. So for those of you who don't know, I have a trip planned for the end of July to meet my half-sister. So we've never met before. We have been talking. We've been talking through texts and things. And so I have known about my sister for several years now. I was very little when my dad told me about her. We just never had met before that, or, you know, during that time. And it wasn't anything like I didn't want to. It was more like I was little, she was in a completely different state, so it just, I don't know, in my mind, my little kid mind, it never really occurred to me of like, oh, let's find a day to go meet my sister. And I think also, since they were in different states, I don't really know all the details on like the divorce there, but we never met. Fast forward to now where I am an adult, and, you know, we reached out to each other, we've been talking for a while, and we decided, hey, let's meet each other because, you know, we're siblings. So I do have a brother that I grew up with, so he's coming with me too. She is my half-sister. We are traveling there at the end of July, so I'm pretty excited. For those of you who have been following my journey, talking about it, it has been this roller coaster of emotions. It's coming. July 31st is when I leave to go meet her, and that is the day that I get to meet her. And it's, the closer I get to it, the more I'm like, oh God. I'm gonna start with my brows first. Let me grab a brush here. Found it. Okay, so for brows, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown and the brush here. Whew. This past week, the two of us have been putting in activities into an itinerary on a Google Doc. So we do talk pretty frequently, and, you know, the closer we get to it, the more, you know, we're actually getting our activities together. I'm gonna be there for an entire week. So I leave on a Wednesday and I come back home on a Tuesday. So it's gonna be a lot of time. So like I said, I'm hoping we get along, because if not, I'm kind of stuck there. Luckily, like I said, my brother is coming with me because that's obviously also his sister too. And then my husband is coming with us as well. So, you know, if anything ever goes awry, at least I have company. We just have to figure out something to do if things don't go right. Now, that being said, I don't anticipate things to go bad because, you know, we have been talking and she's been great. We are actually very similar in the things that we like. She's silly, which I really appreciate and love because I'm a silly person. So I think it's gonna be great. In my gut and in my heart, I feel like this is gonna be really fun and a great experience. But, you know, like I said, there's always that fear of, she's still her own person. I can make all the assumptions I want, but I won't know until I'm actually there with her. You know what I mean? So, okay, Next step from here is I grab concealer and I shape the brow a little bit more, fix any mistakes that I made. I am trying to get rid of my Fenty concealer. I've had it for way too long. Yes, I could just throw it away, but you know, I did spend a lot of money on this, so I don't want to just get rid of it. I have a long ways to go, and this is kind of the best way for me to use it. I don't like using the Fenty concealer underneath my eyes because I feel like it's way too drying, and I feel like it just peels away anything that I have down there anyway. But I actually don't mind using it for underneath the eyebrow because I'm just shaping the eyebrow. It works really well for me, so that's how I've been using it. I kind of just go in. It ends up being a really good base for eyeshadows as well. So I just go in right here. I don't go on top of my eye because it hurts. I just go right here on the bone, and then I will grab a brush and shape it. I grab a brush and start blending it a little bit. So obviously the question I get a lot when I talk about meeting my sister is, how are you feeling? Well, I feel like I addressed that already. It's a roller coaster. It's a back and forth of, I'm super excited, I'm super scared, oh no, all these things. So that's the most common question. The other question is, you know, like, are you sure you're making the right choice? Are you sure you want to do this? What ifs, what ifs, what ifs? Which, you know, like, in my heart, right, I'm like, this person is, we're siblings. Whether we didn't, even though we didn't grow up together, even though, you know, I don't know her quirks or how she, like, deals with stress or how she deals with anger. Like, even though I don't know her that well yet, like, she's still someone that's related to me. We're attached somehow. I want to meet her. I want to know who she is. So regardless on whether or not this is the right decision or the right time to do it, like, I want to go over there and see her. Next thing I'm gonna do is actually my eyeshadow. So I like to do my eyeshadow, well, I guess I shouldn't say that, but most of the time I'll do my eyeshadow before my base in case I get fallout. Then, you know, I don't ruin my base. But when I'm doing like things like tutorials or recording, I'll do my base first and then my eyeshadow because my skin isn't super smooth, so there's a lot of redness in it, so I want to take the base out. So I'm gonna do my normal routine and do the eyeshadow first. So since this is going to be a soft everyday look, I'm gonna go in with bronzer actually for my crease. I use the Hoola bronzer, and then I will go in my crease there. So lately I have been trying this, like, stamping it in first and then blending it, and it has been working so much better for me than just sweeping windshield wipers like crazy. So yeah, it works a lot better for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I feel like I'm all over the place talking about this trip. At one point I was talking about the itinerary, so let's go back to that. We have been putting in activities into a Google Doc of things we're going to do over the weekend that I'm there. We are going to Chicago and sightseeing, and I'm super excited because I haven't been to Chicago since I was 16 actually, so 10 years ago. And I wasn't really there for that long. I only got to see the Bean, but this time around we're gonna go to the museums. There's an aquarium there. I love the aquarium. I love aquariums so much because I love fish so much. So I'm super excited to go do that. It's gonna be one of my favorite activities that we do. Hopefully she doesn't mind my fish nerdiness and how much I just love fish. I actually I have 2 fish tanks in my house right now. I used to have a fish blog where I would talk about fish keeping. So, you know, if that doesn't tell you how much I love fish, then I don't know what will. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why I did this, but I actually brought the crease a lot higher than I normally do for whatever reason, but that's fine. We'll make it work. Yeah, I'm the most excited about the aquarium. I think the second thing that I'm most excited for is the museum, because I love museums. So, and it sounds like she does too. So, as long as she's for it, I'm good. But deep dish pizza, that is definitely something that I want to do. Me and my husband were watching a video on things you have to do in Chicago, and one of those things was you have to get deep dish pizza. So we're like, all right, then we're going to do that. So we looked at places where it's the best deep dish pizza in Chicago, and so we're gonna do that. I feel bad. I don't remember the name of what we ended up finding, but just know we're gonna get deep dish pizza. It's okay, because I'm going to be recording when we're there anyway, so you'll find out when we're there anyway. So, yeah, I plan on vlogging all of that. I'm super excited. Sorry, my head's itchy right here. I'm not sure why. Okay, so now that I have that on the crease, the next thing I'm going to do is grab my, well, let me show you. I'm going to grab the Amrezy Highlighter, and it's going to go on my eyelid. Actually, I'm realizing I haven't spoken Spanish at all in this video, so sorry. I naturally just go for English, but I know that I'm trying to speak more and more Spanish in my videos, so I will try and do better. I take it on my finger, and I just tap it on my eyelid first. That way I'm placing it, and then I sweep. Alright, so that's all I do as far as like shadows on my eye. The next thing is I go with eyeliner. So I use the Jeffree Star liquid lip in Weirdo and an angled brush, and that's what I use as my liner. I like it so much better than any other liner that I've had. I've tried felt tip, I've tried the pots, the gel eyeliners. This one works the best for me, so that's what I use. Alright, so now that I've got the eyeliner, I'm going to put fake eyelashes on. Okay, where did I leave off? That's right, I was talking about our itinerary. So aquarium, we're gonna go to the museum, and I know there are a lot of museums in Chicago. We're going to the Field Museum, so that's super exciting. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? Deep dish pizza, I already said that. Oh yeah, we're going to Six Flags on Friday. That is exciting. I haven't been to Six Flags in a really long time. The last time I was at Six Flags was in California with my cousins. I'm going to the one in Illinois, and I'm excited. I also can't remember the last time I was on a roller coaster, so I'm definitely someone that needs to build up scary or intensity, I guess I should say. So yeah, we're gonna go on the little kid rides first before we go on those big crazy rides. You know, if little kid rides even exist in Six Flags, geez. I am going to put on my primer and then foundation. So for primer, I use Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. It is my favorite primer out there. I've tried a lot of different kinds, and this is just my favorite one. I feel like it really moisturizes my skin, and it makes my foundation not look super dry on top of my skin, so that is why I use this primer. Next step is I'm going to use Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Okay, so Six Flags. Like I said, I will have to build up to all of the intense roller coasters, but I think overall we're gonna have a lot of fun. What I'm excited for is when you go to amusement parks, like, you really get to see a lot of different parts of a person, right? The things that scare them, okay? How do they react when they are faced with something that is intimidating? How do they react when they're really excited about something to come? How do they react when there's a conflict? Because there's always a conflict when you go out with people, especially things like amusement parks, because not everybody agrees on the same things. Not everyone agrees on how they want to experience amusement parks. Do you want to start on little kid rides first or go straight to the crazy ones? Do you want to eat at noon or do you want to eat later, right? Like, how, I feel like this is kind of silly to say, but like, again, I don't know those parts of her, so I feel like just going to the amusement park is gonna let me see a lot of different sides. What does she eat? I know that she eats very, very healthy. She did warn me that she eats kind of weird, because she eats for nutrition more than for taste, which, whatever, I'm for it. I'm not entirely sure what that means when we go to like an amusement park, because all the food's crappy, right? So that'll be fun. How much does a person eat? Let's see. How much can they walk? What do they do when they're tired? Just like, I'm just gonna see a lot of different sides of her, and she's gonna see a lot of different sides of me. She's definitely gonna see me scared. She's definitely gonna see me when I'm going up to the roller coaster. The way I react is always like, I'm gonna die today on this roller coaster. That's just my reaction all the time, because roller coasters are scary, right, when it's leading up to it, and then they're fun when you're done with it. So at least that's how it is for me. So it'll be exciting. We're gonna do some concealer. I use Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Ooh, let's open her up together. Oh my god. There we go. Ta-da! Oh, it's new. I dot underneath my eye area. By the way, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill brushes. Those are the brushes that I use. I love them. I love the set. I think she did a really good job picking out all of the brushes that go into it. I use them. I use almost all of them. There are some brushes that I still haven't really found a use for, or I just use a different brush for. I don't really feel the need to trade, but most of them I use, and I think she did a really good job picking them. So I'm gonna go in with the blush bar again and do the Hoola bronzer in there. Okay, what other thoughts do I have with this trip? Let's think. I will get an opportunity to see some of my family that lives in Illinois that I haven't seen in a long time, so that'll be fun. I'm pretty sure they've all met my sister before or have been around my sister before, so I don't think it'll be too much of them meeting them for the first time. I think it really is just me and my brother meeting her for the first time. So okay, now that I have the bronzer down, I'm gonna go with Airspun and bake underneath here and then clean up the bronzer right here, because I just really love what it looks like when there's like this nice clean line. It just, I don't know, it just sculpts my cheeks really well, so I like it. Yeah, anyway, so we're gonna go see family. It'll be fun for all of us to hang out together as one big family, see the dynamic if they have one between them and us. I feel like this is something that should feel weird when you first meet. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm like, would it be weird? Because it's like, would it be awkward? Because it's like, yay, I know you, now what? Right? Yeah, that's a thought that just came to my mind. Once we meet, like, once all that excitement's gone, what happens? Or is excitement going to be there the entire time? Or is that when we really get to talk? There's definitely going to be a lot of conversation too, right? It's not just going to be, oh, we met each other, let's go hang out. It's going to be, who are you, right? Let me get to know you. What did I miss the years that I didn't, you know of your existence, or, you know, all the years that we didn't get to talk to each other, right? Also, I'm sure she's very curious about her biological dad, who he was and all that. So I think there are going to be a lot of conversations. I do think there's going to be crying. I don't know if from her part or just me, but I know for me, definitely anytime I talk about my dad and like who he is, how he's impacted me, like I do get tears in my eyes. Like it does. And it's not that it like hurts to talk about him or whatever. Well, okay, it is partly that, but it's just, you know, I miss him. Of course I do. So, and then, you know, the other part is I also feel bad because she's not gonna get to meet him face to face ever. Like, that opportunity's gone, and I don't actually know how she feels about that. So yeah, I think there's gonna be some crying during this trip, at least, at the very least, from my end. Whether it's when we're talking about that, when we're talking about family, just me feeling so overwhelmed with emotion, I'm gonna cry. I think I've accepted that I'm gonna cry. I think earlier when I've blogged about this before, I've said, I don't know if I'm gonna cry or not. No, I think I've come to terms that it's just gonna happen. Anyway, back to the emotional part of this. Yeah, I know she's gonna have questions about the family, because as far as I know, she didn't really interact a lot with this side of her family, her biological family. So I'm sure she's gonna want to know who exists, who they are, what they're like, you know, what dad is like, what are we like, what do we like to do. It's that we're gonna have conversations, and I'm excited about it. Nervous as well, because, you know, there's always nerves that come with everything. I feel like this video where I'm talking about it, I'm a lot more confident than the last one where there was just a lot of emotions and I didn't know how to express them, and I just kind of talked and talked and talked. I'm like, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm nervous. And I think now I'm a little bit more calm. I don't feel like I've been too running around with everything, so I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so now that my lashes are curled, ooh, look at that. I'm going to wipe. I guess I shouldn't say wipe. I'm gonna brush this away. Okay, I think I've got all the powder off of my face. Now let's do some blush, some highlighter, and I think, oh wait. Labial. Hey look, I spoke Spanish, yeah. Going on to the topic of that, I have been trying really hard in my videos to add more Spanish in there. Kind of recap from last time, I am trying to practice my Spanish more. I used to be very fluent in Spanish. It was my first language. I spoke it all the time. Then I moved to an area where they don't speak Spanish very much. It's not like common tongue. You don't have to speak it every day, and then a lot of it I forgot. So I'm trying very hard to incorporate it in my videos. It's a lot easier when I'm not like, I guess it's a lot easier when I can think about, okay, what am I gonna say in Spanish? How am I gonna say it? I have to make sure that I'm saying it correctly so I don't look like an idiot, because I am Latina and I'm embarrassed to say that I forgot Spanish. I'm very embarrassed to say that. Oh, so right now where I'm just speaking English, it's because it's more natural than me speaking Spanish. So you will, when I'm first starting, just hear random words in Spanish. It probably won't make sense, but you know what? It's part of the process. It's part of me incorporating in my life again. So I'm sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Yeah. I've got my blush down, so I'm gonna do some highlighter. Mi Iluminador de Jeffree Star in Frozen Peach. Ta-da! I love this highlighter. I also love the Amrezy highlighter. All in all, I'm excited. Definitely not ready. Because there are some days where I'm like, I'm not even sure what we're gonna do that day because I didn't plan it well. And I have no idea what I need to pack. I haven't been on an airplane in a long time, so I need to look up things, any policies that have changed. I would like to take my makeup, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to because there's too many liquids. So I have to look at that, because the last thing I want is for them to be like, oh, you can't take this, and there goes like $200 of makeup. So I have to look at that. That's what I mean. I need to get prepared for that kind of stuff. Which just requires time and research. So it was a natural glam. It is so natural so far. So it's gonna be a nude lip. I'm gonna do Jeffree Star's Christmas Cookie on the lips. And then after that, I'm gonna go with Fenty Glow lip gloss on top, which it's looking like I'm starting to run out soon. Like I'm gonna run out soon, so I have to buy more. Or maybe I'll try Jeffree Star's The Gloss. We'll see. yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's a pretty color. I like it. So I'm gonna let that dry before I put the gloss on top. Let's see, any other updates? Oops. Any updates that have to do with this trip? I gotta finish the itinerary. It's a roller coaster of emotions. I anticipate there being a lot of conversations because, like I said, she's probably very curious about a lot of things. I'm very curious about a lot of things. Like, mostly, who is she? Who are you? What do you like? What are you like? Are you gonna be able to deal with my weirdness? Because I am kind of weird. I like a little bit of everything. Like, obviously you can tell I like makeup, right? You think, oh, she's a girly girl. I also love video games. My favorite thing to watch every year, twice a year, is Games Done Quick. They're SGDQ and AGDQ. I love that so much. And I've actually told her about that. We set up our living room and just watch it for the entire week. So there's that. I love anime. I play the violin. I just do a lot of different things. So I hope she's okay with that. I think this has dried now. So let's put some gloss on. Okay, so this concludes this look. It is just a natural everyday look. I love it. It's cute, it's subtle, it's flirty. I think the eyelashes make such a huge difference. So I use like just lengthening eyelashes. They're not super crazy. I think the crazier they get, the more intense you can make this look go. But since I'm just going for just everyday, then I just used longer eyelashes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed just listening to me rant and talk about this trip. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.